a short that I made that we released in March. It was called Bel-Air. Went viral, and that was a chance for me to officially pivot into writing and directing. So I signed with CAA as a writer director. In the following months, bro, it was just so many meetings. I mean, literally 3 meetings a day, like bouncing here, just meeting studio heads, you know, meeting different production companies, you know, meeting different distributors, like you know, my agency manager just sending out meetings, you know, and you're fielding all these up. Oh, here's the script. All these scripts are coming in. And like, I'm sitting there, I'm just like, I want to get back to making stuff. You see what I'm saying? And so like, that's when I just pinned you shoot videos real quick.
They're giving you everything and you're like,
well, you know, it's like,
but when you don't find something that clicks though, right?
Man, that's it. And I told him, and that's the thing about, once again, it's like sometimes, this is another aspect about like getting signed. It's like, you got to remember that it's a partnership. Like, you don't work for them. Right. You see what I'm saying? They work for you. You know what I mean? It's you're doing this thing together. And so like, you don't have to say yes to something just because it comes across your desk. Right. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes I think there's like a pressure that, you know, we feel like as directors or, you know, whoever it is, of like, oh, my agent put me up for this, or like sent me this script or whatever. And like, you know, maybe I should tell them I'm interested in it, you know, so they don't, it's like, nah, like, just be real, you know what I mean? And there was stuff coming across the desk that just wasn't really for me. You see what I'm saying? And like, I wanted to get back to making my stuff, and I needed something that was a little bit longer as well. Like, all my stuff that I've done, you know, was like under 15 minutes. You know, I feel like I needed something to show that I can handle storytelling in more of a long format with some of the TV and feature stuff that I'm going to be doing. And so You Shoot Videos came about. You partnered with Adorama, you know, who sponsored the project.
How did that come to be? Was that through your agency and everything? They found like a partner for it?
No.
That was you?
Yeah, that was my own relationship. Yeah, man. Yeah, so Adorama was sponsoring me for about a year before. For the DP stuff I was doing. And so hit them up. I pitched them my idea, which I'm so glad they say yes. It's kind of radical idea.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's kind of radical. And also, like, if you think of like,
most people are like, no one cares about those guys.
Well, I mean, if you just kind of think of like the subject matter and like, you know, the fact there's like a gun in the story, you know what I mean? It's like,
for a brand to attach to it, it's like, and he gets shot at.
Yeah.
At the end,
I mean, it's a little bit radical. You know what I mean? And so like, at first I was just like, I don't know if they're gonna go for it. I'm gonna pitch it though. And like, you know, Jacob, like, shout out to Jacob, who is the head, you know, a marketing guy at Adorama, really, really good guy, and he was a producer on it. It's like, let's do it. You see what I'm saying? They jumped right in and
that's so dope.
Showed so much support, and we made it, bro. And so that's another thing. It's like, we can't expect like our agents, our managers, like, we've got to take our careers in our own hands at every level. Like, Will Smith is Will Smith because he's Will Smith. Facts. Not because it's CAA. Not because it's just like, it's Will Smith. Same thing, Ben. You know what I mean? Like, you are who you are because it's who you are, and it's what you make, and it's your heart, and it's how you create. You feel me? And so that's the same thing how I try to approach my art with everything I make. It's like, with intention. If I'm gonna make it, it's because I'm passionate about it. You feel me?
Yeah. Damn, bro, that's so crazy. So what was like the partnership? Were you just seeking out like funding for it and that stuff? Because you go back to Kansas City, you shot everything in Kansas City.
Yep.
You had some talent, crazy talent.
Yeah, man.
Everyone killed that shit.
Thank you, bro.
Man, killed it.
Yeah, shout out to everybody, you know, Jamie Addison, Darnell, Denzel Whitaker. I mean,
every line in the credit line, shout out to these people. Like,
everyone Petey, my boy Petey McGee, Rufus Burns. I mean, the entire squad was just really terrific, man.
I love the dude that finds inspiration in wanting to help him out and becomes his boy.
Aaron, yeah, man.
Like, that's like the illest thing is, for me, coming out to California, like, I resonate with it so well because to me, I just wanted to elevate, like, my homie Andrew, who gave me my first opportunity when I moved out here in Chris Brown's documentary. But he was directing it, and I just wanted to find ways to elevate what he was doing so I could help him out in his process, because I didn't know anything about production. I just moved out here. I'm living on the floor. I don't understand it. And I was like, yo, what do you need? Like, do you need coffee? You want a refill? Do you need help? Do you want me to open up the project for you? You want me to do any of this? You know what I mean? Like, dump footage, whatever. Him just being like, yo, let me carry your Pelican, bro. Like, I'm like, yeah, that's who everyone getting started should be, him. Yeah, man. Like, find the inspiration however you can and be a part of the picture however you can. It doesn't have to be like the glam. You don't need to wait till you get a call to be the shooter or to be that, whatever it is. Like, I love that. Like, that. I'm so glad that piece is out there because so many people are going through that kid's path. Yeah. You went through that path. I went through that. Like, we all
it's all
somehow
story,
end up
bro.
in that. You know what I mean?
It's all that's the biggest thing I wanted people to take away from it. That's not just my story. That's not just Moji's story.
Right.
That's your story.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's these guys' story. It's like, it's something that we can all really share on this journey as filmmakers. You know, is all these through lines that you see in that film is something that we can really share collectively. That's why I really think it's such a special film, is that I hope so many people felt heard through it. You know what I mean? And felt like understood, like that. You know, I got so many really amazing, you know, notes and messages and emails of people who were just like, bro, like I was thinking about like stopping, you know, until I saw this and I really felt represented for the first time. I didn't feel so alone.
Damn.
So, I mean, this business can get lonely, especially when you're starting out, bro.
Yes. I
mean, you can get really, really lonely, man. Right. So just to in some way like encourage someone to like let them know, like, no, keep going, man. Just like keep going. You can get exactly where you want, bro. No greater feeling.
I literally sat here and watched it right there, and then I think Dave came in and I was like, watch, dude, you have to watch this like tonight when we get done. Like I just pounded through this and I'm like sitting here rewatching scenes. I'm like, this thing is amazing. I'm like, it's so real. But like, to go back to that, where did you meet to find the story? Like, where did you meet him? Because he was like he's a Florida shooter.
Yeah, he's a from Florida guy. Yeah, so I was shooting a project for the NFL in Florida. We brought him on. He DM'd me like a few months before, like, yo, man. He's just, you know, it was really, really dope. He was just like a fan of the work.
Whatever you need, I got you.
Exactly, man. He was just hungry, you know. Right. And I checked out his IG. I'm like, this he's got some talent, man. Yeah. And you know, I just
spec work. Yeah. Anything you can do to but look how quickly that gave you the window of time where you go to see if it's worth like, could be a weirdo, and then you go and look like, no, if they can understand that at least, then all right. Yeah, that's so important.
Yeah, just a good kid, and I could tell he had a good heart. And so I said, yo, like, I think I'll be down there soon. You know what I mean? If this ends up happening, like, I'll pass your name on to production. We'll see if we could bring you on. So it ended up working out. And at lunch, you know, he was just kind of like a little bit distant from like kind of everyone. He was just, you could just kind of tell a lot was on his mind. So I was like, yo, you good? And he was like, yeah, I'm kind of going through a little bit of, you know, he's like, can I talk to you? I said, yeah, can I tell you something? You can tell me anything, bro. And he tells me about this story with this cat, you know, who's waving a gun, you know, on set. Yeah. A shot goes off and, you know, goes to the lens of the camera and ricochets out. Like, the camera literally saved his life.
Saved his life.
He told me that, man. And like, you know, I was just so moved, you know, at this young man and this dude could have been dead 3 days earlier. Like, it
happened 3 days before your shoot.
3 days before the shoot, bro.
Man.
Yeah, the shoot was on a Monday. That happened to him on Friday. So this really traumatic thing happened to this young man.
And he's right back to it.
He's right back to it, man. You know, right back on the horse. And so for him to share that with me, I was really moved, you know, that he would feel, you know, that he'd share that with me, you know. And I told him right away, look, dude, like, I don't know when I'm going to be able to do it, but I really want to tell this story, because it really reminded me of very similar experiences, you know, maybe experiences you had of like, you know, you ain't got no business doing it, but you're in these situations with cats, and, you know, they got guns and you're filming them, you're doing the low angle with the wide angle, so the gun looks mega big, you feel me? It's like, you know, you're in these situations, bro, and like the fact that he almost lost his life over that, bro, it's like, I'm like, man, I have to tell this story. I have to let people know that like, yeah, man, like I get kind of choked up even thinking about it, bro, because it's just like, it's just hard, man. It's just like, it's so, and I love that kid so much, bro, and it's just so hard being in that situation and just not knowing what to do on your path, you know. Right. And it not, you know, in that moment he could have just given up and just said like, this isn't for me, like, and the fact that like he had enough heart to like show back up and like want to like better his situation, like find his way, and now he's continuing to get better and better every time out, man. It's just like, it's just beautiful, man. And like, I was just so honored and moved to tell that story, you know.
Hey guys, thank you for checking out this highlight. I just wanted to let you know that the entire episode is available. Just click the link in the description below. We're also available on Apple Podcasts, as well as Spotify, and pretty much every other platform you could ever think of that has podcasts. Make sure to subscribe to this channel though, because we drop new videos every single week. They're all flame. Trust me, if you're a creator, you're gonna want to subscribe to us. All right, we'll see you guys soon.